Well, hi guys, I'm Celestial Shadows, and welcome back to Princess Evangile. Just started chapter 18, set in Baser, and we learned that Ayaka and Mitsuko are half-sisters. Crazy. I have an older half-sister too. Oh well. My expression must have been something, because Ayaka-san burst out laughing. However, the laugh seems slightly forced. She must not have really felt it.
やだな。なんでマサヤくんがそんなに暗い顔するのよ。だいたい。
Oh wow! I've never seen you look so upset. Listen.
私とリツコ、仲は結構いいじゃない。でしょ?
Mitsuko and I get along pretty well, right? Huh. Yeah, that's true.
だったら別に気にする必要はないのよ。
So there's no reason to get so worked up about it.
私たち確かに血は半分しかつながっていないけど、でも本当はしかっていう言い方も変なんだから。
It's true that we're only half related by blood, but I feel like it's a bit strange to say only half.
半分もつながっている。実の姉妹には変わりないんだから。
We are fully half related. It doesn't change the fact that we're real sisters. I nodded silently.
もっともその自覚が二人の関係に影響しなかったと言ったら、それも嘘になるでしょうけどね。
Although, it would be a lie to say that knowing about this hasn't affected our relationship.
もう想像がついているかもしれないけれど、お母様は、校長先生は私の実の母ではないの。
Perhaps you can imagine, but Mother, the headmistress, is not my real mother. I've had a lot of lingering doubts about that in the past. This explain them all. That's why the headmistress is so strict and so cold with you, right?
ええ、まあそういうこと。
Yes, I suppose it is. And the fact that you call her Oko-sama too? The rule about Vincent student using sama with your elders didn't really seem to extend to family. Even Mitsuko-chan simply referred to her as Oko-san. And yet, for some reason, Ayaka-san called her Oko-sama. I'd always thought that was strange, but...
まあ皮肉なのかしらね。子供っぽくて我ながら嫌になるけど。
Well, maybe I do it ironically. It's so childish, and I don't like it either, but the headmistress' behavior is childish too. Even if it is ironic, I can't really blame you.
どうも。仲間ができたかと思うとちょっと嬉しいわ。
Thank you. It's wonderful to know that I have an ally. An ally? Is that what I'd become? I gazed into Ayaka-san's face, as if looking at her in a new light. Outside the apartment, the sparrows had begun to sing. I started to think our being together, alone here and now, was something special. I see. Then I'll be your ally from now on, Ayaka-san.
本当?
Really? Really? Really.
もしリツコと私どっちかに肩入れしなくちゃいけないような状況が来たとしても?
Even if you were forced into choosing between me and Mitsuko? Well, I already chose you, so doesn't matter. Yeah.
ま、いいけど。
Well, okay. But I mean it. Please don't forget that.
うん、わかってる。マサヤくんは嘘は言わないものね。
Okay, I hear you. You aren't the type to lie after all.
で、結局のところ、うちの両親は再婚だっていう、それだけの話ではあるんだけど。
So, the full story is that our parents' marriage is their second marriage. That's all. Even Even the headmistress's second marriage? Oh well. Huh? That's right. You have to have a blood relation to Ritsuko-chan.
ええ。正確に言うと再婚なのは私の父の方だけで、お母様は初婚。
Yes. Well, actually, it's only my father's second marriage. It's mother's first.
私を連れてお母様と結婚して、そして律子が生まれた。そういう家族構成になるの。
You had me, and then married mother. And then Ritsuko was born. That's the shape of our family. So, what happened to your birth mother? Either she got dumped or she died. That's usually how it goes. Ayaka-san has said before that it was nothing serious. But this sounded pretty serious to me. She was like the fourth point on a triangle. But it couldn't be like that. At least, I hope it wasn't.
それにしてもあのお堅いお母様がよくバツイチと結婚する気になったわよね。しかもこぶつきで。
Yeah, divorce. I don't know why that hard-nosed mother of mine decided she wanted to marry a divorcee. Or divorcee. And one with a child at that.
それだけ情熱的な恋をしたってことなのかしらね。なんだか想像がつかないけど。
I guess she must have been madly in love or something. I can't really imagine it, though. Me neither. Ayaka-san forced a laugh.
ま、人間誰しも若い頃は。ってマサヤくん聞いてる？
Well, I guess we're all young once. Hey, Masai-kun, are you listening? Huh. My response was a non-committal.
また暗い顔してる。
You look upset again.
気にすることないんだってば。律子とは仲いいし、まあお父さんはあんまり頼りにならない人だけど。
I told you, it's nothing to worry about. I get along with Ritsuko, and, well, my dad's not very reliable, but... And we saw that in action. Well, I actually spent a whole lot of time with my dad, so this is just speculation, but... Ayaka-san, do you ever feel kind of estranged from them?
まあね。
I suppose. She nodded slightly. The fourth point on the triangle. It seemed that's what she was after all.
一つ屋根の下にいて、私だけが家族ではないみたいな。正直、そういう風に感じたこともあったわ。
It's like I'm the only person living under the roof who isn't part of the family. That's how it feels, to be honest.
だから、道化を演じたりしてね。
That's why I play the clown, I guess. The clown?
自分ではない何かを演じていれば、それほど心も痛まないで済むもの。
If I can play someone that isn't me, maybe it'll make it hurt less.
ワンクッション置いている感じというのかな。それこそ舞台みたいなものなんだわ。
It's a little bit like having a buffer, I guess. Like I'm just acting on a stage. I guess that's why Mitsuko keeps saying that. You're just... I forgot what she said. Oh.
道化を演じている私を私が見ている。だから何があっても心には響かない。
They just look at me while I'm playing the clown. That's why nothing really affects me.
ただ妹も言っていたように現実は舞台ではないものね。そんなことを続けていればいずれ人は離れていく。
But it's like my sister said, real life is not a play. If I keep this up, people will just keep drifting away from me.
結局あの子くらいなのよね。辛抱強く相手になってくれたのは。
At least she will. The one who dealt with me patiently all this time. Are there times when you're first just play acting with me? Or the girls of the White Lily Society?
まあそうかな。いやでも 君が来てからはそうでもなくなったような気もするけど。
Oh, I don't know. Like it or not, I feel like I've dropped a lot of that since you came along. Since I came along?
なんていうか変わったもの、学園の日常が。
I'm not sure how to put it. Things have changed. My days at school? You mean in a good way?
そうなんじゃない？きっと。とにかく悪い気はしなかったわね。
I think so. Yeah. At least, it doesn't feel bad to me.
まあ最初くらいかしらね。プレザントリなんて言ってからかったりして。でもこれは単なる言い訳だけど。
Well, maybe I did at first. I teach you about the whole placentary thing, but that was really just an excuse.
そうでもしないときっかけがつかめなかったのよ。
If I hadn't had done that, I might never have gotten a chance. A chance?
初の男子だもの。とりあえずは気になるじゃない。だから一度くらいは話してみようかなって。
Well, I was curious about the first boy at school, of course, so I wanted a chance to talk to you at least once. You could have just come up and talked to me, you know.
それができなくてね。私結構用心深いのよ。
But I couldn't. I'm a very cautious person at the end of the day. She had said that at the shrine, too. Despite appearances, I'm actually pretty cautious, you know. That's why in all times I approached you, I never took it to the next level. She had said it like a joke, but it seemed it was actually how she felt.
例えばさ、リセとか。
For instance, with Rise. Rise-san?
彼女みたいにまっすぐぶつかっていくことは私にはできなかった。
I can never
リ
walk
セ
over.
は本当太陽みたいな人で。
I can never walk right up to someone like her. Rise really is like the sun. She didn't sound jealous at all, but simply admiring her.
そういうあり方は結局家族関係が影響しているのかもしれない。まあ性格のせいもあるんでしょうけどね。
I feel like the way you are must have something to do with your family in the end. Though, personality naturally plays a role too. But after the placentary thing, you didn't do much play acting?
まあね。
I guess not. Well then, I don't actually mind them. The detached aspects of your life, that is.
褒められているのかどうかわからないわね。
I don't know if that's a compliment or not. It's not exactly a compliment.
ほら。
Hey. But I don't mind them.
夜更かししているせいかな。変な話しちゃった。
I guess it's the lack of sleep. I don't know why I'm telling you all these strange things. It's not strange. You did promise to tell me.
ああ、まあ、そうか。
Huh. I guess that's true. Besides, I don't think it's strange. I'm really glad you told me, actually.
まあ、私もすっきりしたけどね。こんな話、他人にしたことはなかったし。
Well, it's a load off my mind too. I never told anyone all this before. By the way, does Ritsuko-chan know about all this stuff?
それはそうよ。
Of course. Well, I just meant they could have hid it from her if they'd wanted to.
隠す？ああ、まあそっか。
Hid it? I guess you're right.
でも、お母様にそういう発想はなかったみたい。私たちが割と小さい頃にこの話は出たから。
But such a thing seems to have never occurred to Mother. She told us while we were still little. I see. I couldn't help but feel there was some malice behind that. For something like this, if the parents didn't reveal it, there would be no way for children to find out. If the girls could remember the remarriage, then of course the subject might come up naturally. But there were only 2 years difference between Ayaka-san and Mitsuko-chan. Ayaka-san would be too young to remember the remarriage too.
事実を知るまでは、私と律子どんな感じだったのかしらね。もう今となっては思い出せないけど。
I don't know what my relationship with Rizuka was like before we learned the truth. I don't remember anymore. You were probably close. I mean, you still are, after all.
そうね。
That's true.
マサヤくん、今日は本当にありがとう。
Masaya-kun, thank you for everything today. Huh?
デートに付き合ってくれたこと、それからこんなつまらない話に付き合ってくれたこと。
For going out on a date with me, and for putting up with my boring story. Not at all. That's nothing you need to thank me for. It was my pleasure, after all.
どっちもデートもってこと？
Which part? The date? Well, yeah. I was really glad I got to take you out on a date.
じゃあ、お礼をもう一つ。
Well then, I'll thank you again. And I have eyes. Amazing for a visual novel. And smooch. She kissed me. And she's staring into my soul. And in terms of time, it only lasted for maybe 1/10 of a second. It was a truly momentary act. But I had felt the touch of her lips. The vividness of that single contact was, in actuality, far greater than what I'd felt during my half-day's attack on Ayaka-san earlier. Even though it had just been for an instant. Even though it had just been a feather's touch.
ごめんね。こんなの。
I'm sorry. She let out a long sigh.
マサヤくんにとってはお礼にも何にもならないだろうけど。
I know that this isn't nearly enough to thank you for all you've done. It's fine. I somehow managed to force the words out. It's really fine. It's a good thank you.
そうならよかった。
I see. I'm glad. Ayaka-san sounded truly relieved. She moved away from me. It was only then that we realized how close our bodies had been. We gazed at each other. I knew that I was blushing, but Ayaka-san was too. There's no playing the clown here. I didn't even have to ask. I'm Ayaka-san. I started to speak, even though I wasn't even sure what I was asking.
まだ始発まで時間はあるわよね。
We still have time before the first bus leaves. But Ayaka-san turned quickly to check her cell phone. It didn't let me say anything more.
それまで休んでいましょうか。やっぱりちょっと眠いし。
I think we should rest until then. I'm still a little sleepy. Yeah, alright.
おやすみ。アラームをセットしておくから。
So good night. Don't worry, I'll set an alarm. Without waiting for a response from me, Ayaka-san quickly lay down on her futon, her back turned toward me. I felt the desire to hold her from behind, itching my stomach again. She seemed to want it too. Or maybe that was just my wishful thinking.
そういえば家主を差し置いて私が布団を使ったら良くないわよね。
I guess it's not really right for me to use this futon while the master of the house is on the floor. Oh, no, it's okay. I've got another futon. I stumbled to my feet and laid out the spare futon from the closet. After a moment's thought, I moved it as far away from Ayaka-san as possible. Then I lay down, keeping my back to her.
ねえ、もう寝ちゃった？
Hey, are you asleep yet? It hasn't even been 3 seconds. Exactly.
そうだけど。
That's true. I heard her roll over.
あら、そんな壁際で。
Oh? You're up against the wall? I still haven't forgotten what happened earlier. I heard her turn over again. The room remained quiet for some time.
なんだか修学旅行みたい。
I feel a little like I'm on a school trip. I was thinking the same thing.
とか言って、パ 番宣に修学旅行はないんだけどね。
Even though Vincennes doesn't have school trips. I've never been on one myself. I could never pay the deposit.
君って人はほんと苦労人ね。
It must have been really hard on you. Well, I guess so.
番宣のお気楽な乙女たちとはそこが大違いだわ。だからみんな惹かれたんでしょうね。
It's so different from the maidens of leisure of Vincennes. I think that's why they're all in love with you. Huh?
つまりプルミエールジャッジメントのことよ。得票率 100% だなんてさすがに意外だったじゃない？
Well, you know, you got 100% of the vote at the premiere judgment. That was really unexpected. Oh, yeah.
そういえばさ、まさやくんって寝相悪いの？
That reminds me, Miss Ayaka. Do you toss and turn in your sleep? Oh, you mean before?
さ、私も寝ぼけ眼だったから勘違いかもしれないけど、上下が逆さになっていたような。
Yeah, I was half asleep, so maybe I heard wrong, but it seemed like you turned yourself in the opposite direction. No, you didn't hear wrong.
やっぱりね。じゃああれかな。私のおみ足に引きつけられたとか。
I thought so. Well, what was it? Were you fascinated by my feet or something? It wasn't quite that, but it was close enough that I couldn't answer right away.
なんてね。もうこういう発言はやめましょうか。
Just kidding. Sorry, I guess I should stop saying things like that. Because you want to stop playing the clown?
っていうか、なんだか本当に照れくさくて。
I guess I just feel genuinely shy about it. She did look bashful, even from behind. It was clear that this night, those closer to dawn, had changed our relationship. We had even kissed. So it was harder to joke around about those little things. But we hadn't confirmed in words how things had changed, so we were still in limbo in a way. It's probably because I got sick. Normally, I'm not like that.
そう。本当に寝るね。おやすみなさい。
I see. Then I think I really will sleep. Good night. Good night. But despite what she said, Ayaka-san didn't actually seem to go to sleep. And knowing that, I stayed awake too, until the alarm went off. Halfway through another chapter. And it's the 29th of August. And this looks completely different in the day. I always thought it was black. Apparently it's brown. Oh well.